Hello guys, so we are back again with another video. Uh, and today we will do uh expense tracking website. This is app design. I haven't get Figma of expense tracker website. So for now we will do this design, but in a website form. So we have two designs. So one is this one, and another one which I like is this one. Credit to the particular person. This is Shruti Patel. Okay, and this is someone by uh, Chandra Shah. Okay, so credit to them. I am just using their designs for executional purpose only. Okay, so if you are using their designs or anyone's design for your own project, don't forget to mention them or ping them at least once. Okay, so what is expense tracker? So let's just explain you what is expense tracker means. So what happens, whatever we do in our daily life, for example, on 22nd of January, what I did, I bring some samosas, some chutney, some vada pav of rupees 300. This is our expense. I travel with rickshaw, bus, or maybe with my own car, and it cost me around 200 rupees of maybe petrol, 200 rupees of maybe my fare charges on Ola, Uber. Okay? So this is our expenses. On 24th uh, January, I go to the beauty for my maybe hair cutting or maybe some facials or all. Then the pet food. Suppose if I had a dog, then for him, I purchased a food, a pet food, which is 600. So this is considered as a expense. So what is the income? Income is okay. So income is suppose if you are doing job, okay, and your monthly salary, suppose your monthly salary is 10,000, okay, then it will be credited to you because you do the work. So that is your income. And also if you do a freelancing, if you get maybe 5,000 from one project, that will be your income. So we have expenses and income, and whatever the difference is our balance. Okay, we will track this over the month and with respect to different chart. We will divide this video in different sections. I will upload the first video where I will cover how to add a expense and income. Only that. So if you go to this screen, here they have login screen with the OTP type or with the pin code. Here on the first screen we have a dashboard. We can show this dashboard to see our my transaction, and we have here income or expense. Okay, so whatever we want, suppose if we have a income, sorry, expense. Okay, then at which category? Category means what? Maybe in groceries, maybe in electronics, maybe as an investment and others. This currency will be always in a rupees. We can move this to our default setting. Payment method, is it by UPI or by cash? Description. So if this is about groceries, right? This is our weekly groceries. This is our description, and this is our left side menu. So we will cover mostly these few screens today. Okay? And obviously we will use AI for this. Okay, with the help of AI plus our knowledge plus, see, I don't want this to be exactly the same because personally I don't like this color. I like this color, a simple format. Okay, like this. Comment down which you like. This is option one. This is option two. Yes. So let's start by designing this screen. Now you will see how we can design this screen. Okay, this is mobile screen. Consider like make it wider. Okay, that's it. That's what we can do. See, design is most important part, but we will here focus on the functional part or the most essential part, like how we can add this as a income and how we will show this list here. We are not using any APIs. We will use for now a local storage for this. Okay, I know that's looking not great, but to understand how it works, we will use a local storage. Okay, and for the icons, we will use the hero icon. I hope that sounds cool. Let's go. Okay, so let's first create a screen. So I have started my project. I need to do npm install cmd where command prompt npm install. This will take some time. Do we have Tailwind CSS already installed or not? Let me just check. In package.json, you can see there is no Tailwind.css. Then we need to install Tailwind as well. So how to install Tailwind? CSS installation using Vite project. I have used Vite, so we will write this command Tailwind CSS. Add Tailwind CSS in vite.config file. We need to add this vite.config file. This one we need to import Tailwind CSS and we need to add a plugin. Which plugin? Tailwind CSS. Like this. After that, what we have to do? We have to import this Tailwind CSS. On which file? On our main file, which is app.css, or yeah, I think it is app.css, index.css. Let's do an index.css. So it will apply for all. That sounds cool. And let's run this. This is our Vite plus React project. Great. Now, how do we know that this, our tailwind, is working or not? So, here are a few classes, which is like this, or just take h1, copy this. Let's go to our app.jsx and paste at the starting itself. Go ahead. Yeah, it is working because we have given underline here. If I remove underline, then will it remove? Yes, it remove. So it is working, tailwind. So let's remove the unnecessary code. Unnecessary code we don't need here. And our project structure would be like this. Components. Our in SRC we will have pages. We don't have much pages, but we will say for now pages. And in pages we will have. So let's first target which screen? This screen. Okay. So what it contain? A header. Right now. So we need a navbar. Navbar dot JSX. What we will have in navbar? For now it is empty. Let's give the capital name. So we will follow the naming standard. Navbar and navbar. We will have a navbar here. Great. I want navbar to have a name as plainify. Uh, plainify. Defy. Like this. Yes, it is good. But you can see it is coming at the center. Why? Because we will have a CSS somewhere down here. Text align center. Then padding. Okay, padding not needed right now. We are removing some CSS which we don't need. Like for logo, we don't need this CSS. Logo mean we don't need card. Need in a doc, we don't need. Then in text.css we have font, a body, h1 button. Okay, button hover. We don't need. Now we can see we have here Splendify, which is looking awesome. But it don't have anything. It don't have any style. Okay, so we will give some style to it. like formatter. Okay, we need to pass class text to Excel font bold. That that is looking good. We will add some padding. So let's give her a class name as BG blue text white info to check. Okay, now you can see we are getting the why because we have added somewhere down here width no margin. Okay, so we have removed it, so it is working well now. That blue color is just for confirmation. We don't need that blue color. If we want, we can add a black here, blendify. Looking average, good. Let's move to the next section, which is about this January, February, March. Okay, so how to create tabs. Okay, so if you go to Tailwind, CSS, tab, which, which is this tabs is this. Okay, so what we will do, we will install this. Okay, so what is ChatCN? ChatCN is basically library on on top of our Tailwind CSS. We just install ChatGPT. I go to get started. What I need to do here and installation. Wait, Tailwind is already added. TS config we don't need because we don't have TypeScript. We don't have TypeScript. Okay, in Vite config we may need to add a resolver, a path resolver that we can do. Let's add this resolver. If someone does enter it, then it will be get added or imported properly. Okay. It is taking time. Create a component.js to add a component. We'll see why. To set up an import ally. You need to create component.js file to add a component. Yes. Import allies file found in your ts config. Okay, we don't have TypeScript, so why we should add a ts config? Let's do this. Let's use the CharCN latest init. Validating import. Okay. Somehow it is not working. But fine. It's fine. Fine. We don't need this CharCN for now. If it is not working. Because we want to keep it simple. How we can get where we can get tabs? Tabs are basically what? Tabs are basically buttons, right? Can we do this using a raw way? Yes, we can do this using raw way, right? So for that, I will take help of ChatGPT and I will ask him, hey, I want tabs horizontally scrollable of 12 months from January to December using Tailwind CSS and React JS. Make sure it is clickable. And if I have to give a reference, I will give reference this copy. Let's see if it can take. Um, I have given a reference image. Let's see if it works. So let's do one thing. Let's create another component as month tab dot JS. Okay, we have list of months. Months tab will be get added into page. So we have different pages. For now, I will use here as uh, let's create a home page. Home.jsx RFC home page, and in home page let's add a navbar. Let's add a navbar and our month tab. Okay, so let's add this home tab here. So now you will see you are not seeing anything. Great. Now app, and we have navbar here. Okay, navbar is not imported. Why it is not imported? Let's import. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That's cool, right? As per this UI, that is what we wanted. But let's give a more space. For example, I want PS of 8. So it will give us a wider length. If I give PX of 10, then will it be scrollable? Yes, scrollable. Okay. So let's give PX of 8 only for now because it is looking good. Now you will see if we go to our design, we don't have any underline there. Okay. So we don't want this underline. So I will remove this. See, that's what happened when we use AI. AI adds something imaginary that we might don't need. So we have a black. So let's give her a white. A white on hover. On hover. It is making gray. So I will say white or gray. Not dark gray. Let's just make it light gray. It's not white and it is not gray. By default color is gray, which make it 300. You can see the difference. Visually, you can see the difference. That's good. We did this. Now, what we will do, we divide the section into two parts. First, left side, where we will have this part. So, left side, we will have this part. So, for this, we will use again create a component as what? A dashboard site or dashboard.jsx. See, and another one which is where we will add everything that we call as this screen kind of like. So for now, we will call this as add expense, add entry basically because it can be expense or income. See, so in home.js, I want a div which say we have dashboard on the left side and add entry on the right side. Now using a grid class grid calls to gap gap of 4. Yes, we can do that. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And for the padding, let's add a padding 2 and let's do BG gray, somewhat light color around 500. 500 is too much, so I will give 700. 700 is also great. And I want minimum height to be so light. Minimum minimum height screen, I would say. Minimum height like this. Great. Now let's focus on dashboard. So how to make this dashboard? We have balance. So we will have a card. Let's say class card. We'll do this side. We'll add a text which is for now it is H4 and we will say balance and amount which is again paragraph tag as for now let's add a static value which is rupee. So let's say rupee symbol. Let's copy this. Great. Aqua 500. Okay. So right now we can't see the shadow, right? So this color is maybe not present. So I will say BG blue for now. This color 400 is not the same if you see, but we will try to make it same or make a best for our design. Okay. Shadow is there, so shadow should be XL, and we have border radius, which is 4. Round. Let's say first border round. So that something is not working. Let me just check why it is not working. So let's go to our tailwind chipper and let's say border radius, rounded. Okay, so we have rounded, not border radius. I will say rounded LG. Great. That's looking somewhat similar, not the best. Then we want class name text to be Excel, font, I will say semi bold, and gray, text gray, gray of 800, gray of 600, margin bottom 2. Let's copy this and just make this bold and black. Don't need margin bottom. Uh, that's also too much. Gray, make this. That's also too much. So let's one. Okay, great. Then what we can do, if you see here, it is at the center. Okay, we can remove this margin bottom as well because it is not that much needed. And I want this to be center, so how we can take it? So we have one easy option which is the text center. Basically, it does what the best. It takes the center. Great. Now, can we make this component? So let's make this dynamic component. Make this dynamic component where colors and value can be changed. Great. Retry. Great. Let's try again. Make dynamic React.js component where we can have different values and colors. So it have created one component and the component name is card. So we have card.js. Boom. This is not TypeScript. Okay. So let's remove which is not needed. Then in dashboard, how we will use it? We will use it like this. Blue 400, right? So that's great. So now we will have div. We have here class as flex, and in that we will have a two cards, one and two. Cool. Okay. And we have to pass in one more, which is flex one to acquire a full area. Yes. See, that's why the knowledge of CSS or knowledge of coding is needed. AI can do the job, but we have to be the game changer. Okay. So yes, expense and income. let's say expense this, and income color is expense is in the red, so we will display it as a red, and it's a green, so we'll display it as a green. That's looking good. If you want it to be a lighter color, then we have to use something like 200. Let's try. That's too much light. Let's make it 300. Maybe the lighter color, kind of like this. And yes, let's make this card. Okay, what it have? It have list. Let's just okay. So we have to be quicker. Okay, we have done too much, too less things till now, right? It's like we have did nothing. So let's do this steps. How we can do? See, we will create components. Okay, this component. How we will use an AI for it. Uh, See, now our version is expired. So Claude AI, we have to use Claude AI as our version is expired. Uh, Customer policy not now. Okay, use Tailwind CSS and React JS to create such dynamic component which create list. We will pass day day and the list of that day. Use hero icon for icon, and color and text should be dynamic. Okay, that's it. That's what we will pass. Let's see what it creates. It have created good amount of code. I will copy paste it and we will run it and we will see if it is somewhat good or not. Let's say expense list. We will say expense list dot jsx, rename expense list, uh, say export default expense list. Great. But still we missed something when that is import. So let's import this. Okay. Now you will see the error as hero icons is not defined. So we have to install hero icons. So how to install hero icons? We know hero icons is here. Let's go to the documentation. Yes, we can directly copy paste it, but we have the package. So let's stop our compiler. Let's install this. See, AI can do the job, but see, if you read this code, you can see some problems here. That it have added icons like this, which is not a good practice because if we have to add more icons, then okay. So how we have implemented this sample list sample list we will add this for now here, and our expense is It did a pretty good job. It did a pretty good job, I think. So we don't need total. Okay, let's keep it total so we can have monthly there. But we don't want total here. I want total to be on the right side. Let's just expand. Okay. I like this really design. What it has did it. So I like the design. So kudos to Claude. It did better than Gemini. Sorry, not Gemini. It did very better than our expectation. So max width MD is removed. So which CSS is applied here? Let me just debug this. This is also. I think I got it. What it did. It uses MX Auto. You will use width full. So it is looking very better now. Also, it uses BG white color. So we have, see, either we should keep this color as it is or we should change. I think we should change because we have to keep the synchron. So let's remove this. Because we have removed this, then our color is also changed. So let's give here 200, 100. Okay, 200, 100, a hover on it. We get BG 500. So make it 600. Okay, so we can see our amount, right? So amount is still increase. So let's make it white, completely white. And time is also, we have sub levels, right? If you want a BG color to be hover on it 600, let's make it 800. So we can have subtle effect. Yes, not much, but the subtle effect. And as you can see, the total, we don't want total to be here, right? We want this total to be on the day itself, right? So I will have this here. Now you will say, how can we have this here? Okay, we will have this here. We don't need total row. We don't need this much kind of stuff. We don't need this. We just need this only. That is what. And this is also, we need a flex. Flex, and we'll say flex between. Say, we say between. Say it gives me wrong correction. Okay, so that's why we are having issues. So let's say flex, flex direction, flex justify content, justify between is the answer. So we have to do flex and justify this. Total is here. Great. Now let's do one thing. Your header is this much, right? So let's give it a black for now. A border of gray is 900. Text of white, white, text of white. Great. And let's remove the border which we have. If you want to keep it, we can keep it by saying it as 900. Yes, by changing it to 900. You're not even seeing this because it is somewhat almost same color as background. So let's give it black. So at least we can see. And the white line in between is, I will say 500, so that we will have subtle white. This is also too much. I will say more subtle white. Yeah, that's great. I hope you like this design till now. Okay, where is our design? Uh, no worries, we will find it and we have got it. It's almost same. Okay, I'm not saying it is the same, but it is almost same, or I will say even better in dark mode. And if I go down here to the home screen, if I copy this and change the date to 23rd, and it is Monday, then what? Why this is coming here now? It should be scrollable, right? It is coming here because we have added it at the wrong place. It should be here. Um, Great. Also, we need a sample. See, I don't want this to be horizontal scrollable, so I will do one thing, that is class overflow y auto. Overflow hidden. Okay, for now it is okay. Let's move to our second part, which is add entry. Add entry will have an input box. We have two options. Either we should do like this or like this. I think this one looks better. Let's make this UI. And I want this UI to create this using Tailwind CSS and React.js. Make sure convert it to dark mode. I have given images for reference in a light mode. Okay. So till now, what we did? Let's read this expense list. What this did is we need icons. So it writed a function which takes the category as argument. Like if it is snacks, then I want clock icon. Transport, then truck icon. Shopping, then shopping bag icon. Home, then home icon. Education, then academic cap icon. So it have mapped. Okay. Now the color part. So for the colors, we have given a color for each of the string. Like snack will have pink color, transport have gray color, shopping have blue. So we are mapping these values. Okay. And color map. Once we pass category, we will get the particular data because this is key value pair, right? Suppose if we pass snack, then it will return this. Next, what we did here is we have whatever the date we pass, day we pass, we will display here. And the expense list, the reduce function, what it does, it basically used to, I can't say the sum because we can have multiplication over there. A reduce function perform operation on the array and which returns us value, which return value depends upon the function we have, depends upon the callback which we have passed. Okay, and it have two parameters, that is callback and the initial value. And in the callback we are doing which operation? This is addition. So that's why we are getting the sum of all the expenses. If expense list is present, then we are using map function, okay, to iterate over the list. Then we are getting the two functions like get icons for the icon, get color for the colors. And for colors, we are using here for the icon where we have rounded circle. If you go here and see, this is the rounded circle. This is the rounded circle with color BG and border and with the color. The title from the explain direct description we will write there. And obviously, you can see the flex. We are using justify between. Why? Because it's on left and right. Okay, so let's go. Too much stuff is going on, but it did the same thing, nothing, no different. It is like categories component, categories dot jsx, and we'll make it as categories component, and we will just remove here component from the category. That sounds cool. And categories will be in home. In add entry, we will have here categories. I hope it follows the pattern and make it dark, but let's see. If it haven't, then we will do it. Now you can see it is not working because it will give us an error. What error? Hero icon 24 does not provide car icon. Okay, where is the car icon? Car. So if I go to the hero icon section and search for a car, vehicle, we have truck. So let's use truck. Truck car icon is not there. So sorry for the car icon. We don't have it. What else we don't have? Let's see. It will give an error again if you don't have anything. Let's refresh. A glass water icon we don't have. See, that's why the AI is not the best because it don't have the relevant or the latest information. See, user group icon is not there maybe. See, let's see. Great. It have expenses and income. Let's fix this now. This is good. See, AI is doing their good job. What it have given, okay. But still, you can see the dark mode is not needed. Category next with I will remove it. Okay, it takes the pool now. That's a good thing. And let's remove the back icon, which is arrow left icon, which we don't need. Categories is LG text Excel, say H4 or something. Okay, we have categories and expense button. Also, the dark mode, light mode is not exist, so we don't need this. Yes, this is somewhat nicer looking. So once we select a phone, I want this screen to show up. Create this exact screen for dark mode using what I will say Tailwind, CSS, and React. Yes. Let's see what it does. See, it did it pretty much a good job, I think. Pretty good job. I will rate higher from now. Okay. Previously, I'm not supporting the Claude that much. I am using uh, Gemini or this one, our ChatGPT only. But from today onwards, I will more focus on this screen. It has some flaws, but it is the best I can see. Let's see if it is working. We have imported this. Where to add this? For categories is there. Our add intersection is there. So we will add this below this with the calculation screen. Now you will see the calculation screen. Right. So let's do one thing. Let's go to the calculation screen. Let's give a BG color of 900, not 900. Let's give it 600. 600, 900. So let's remove this. Give BG color of 800. 800 is mixing up with it. So I will give, for now, let's give it a black color. So what we don't need here is this back button. No, we need a back button, right? We need timer and all those stuff. So yes. Now, what I want, once I selected food, then this screen opens. Okay. So let's go to our categories. On select active tab, on map. This is button. We don't have any click event. So I will say on click handle select category. This is good. And we will pass this handle select category to this at the top. So in add category, we will have use state. Use state as selected category. Selected category is by default empty, and we have selected category. What we also want is selected type. Type means is it expense or what? Expense or income. Okay. And handle select category is equal to we also pass on handle select category, which gives us once we select category, it gives us data. Not it will give us data. One of them is data dot category, and second one is selected type, selected category type. So I will say type. Okay. Where is the name that we have added? Uh, say, let's say that's the category, right? For now, that's okay. We will do this directly. It will give us a data, which is category name, but we don't have category name directly, or do we have? Okay. We have atom.name. This is atom name, and there is also category name or selected service, what we call it. What we call this essentials of food, snack, grocery. There should be name, right? I will say category, then I will say subcategory. Hmm. Add entry. Let's add here as selected subcategory. Selected subcategory. Category is there, so I will say subcategory. We just cross check. Subcategory is atom.name. Selected subcategory and the category is category. So it's simple. Okay, we have this much. Another, can we do it once like const? Select um, other than using all this, can we use one state as selected data? That would be nicer and cleaner. Yes. By default, your data is null. If we have selected data, then we will show a calculator. If we don't have selected data, then we will show category. And that calculator back data, we have to say handle back on click handle back. What handle back does is it basically this selected data dot null. Let's see. If we select food, then yes, you can add this. That's great. That's the UI part we did. We need few changes here, like the design of this is it is not suitable for particularly the this screen is not suitable for the website. Okay, so we will just do a minor change here, like the calculation thing will have a button, a grid of 3, rather we will say grid of 8, grid of 6. What can you say? And if we use back, then we are back. This is the simplest thing I ever did. Uh, Now you will say back button is working. You will see here one is working. Add note is not working. So what is add note here is add note is this. So let's make it clear that this is input field. Fix it and do that changes only. Don't write full code. Okay. So I give instruction that okay, this is input. Uh, What it did is enter new note with prompt. We open the prompt. Okay, that's the silly thing it did, right? That's the silly thing it did. So what we will do, you will say input and let's say placeholder is this only. That you have to say add a note, dollar error. Okay, great. This is also working. Also, we don't want border, last name border 0, outline 0. It's like uh what also the calendar is not working and the timer is not. We don't need a time specific, but do we need time? Uh, it will take automatically. So let's not care about this timing. Do we need this? Yes, we might need this, but the placement is wrong. Uh, the placement. Why? Oh, emerging top 8. Okay, let's do it 0. Kind of like this. Great. I think we did too much stuff still now. It's almost half hour. So yes, for now it's okay. We will add logs and the functional part in the next video. It will cover this almost everything. Okay, almost the thing that we needed. We need some styling changes like how the tab will work. Okay, those changes. But the for first screen, I think we did a pretty good job. That is expense, that is income. We have businesses, investment, salary, options. Everything is clickable. I can do the steps. I can come back here, right here. Okay, if I had to add a note from me. Yes, that's cool. And we did great job. Okay, that's cool. Okay, let's go. Bye. Have a good day. Have fun. And yes, before closing this out, before closing this out, I want to give you target. I want how many like or comments. I want 10 comments and 10 likes. That's simple. So 10 comment, 10 likes. I will do the next video. Stay tuned. Share with your friends. That's a pretty good job AI did. And thank you. Bye. You can do whatever the changes you want. Okay. You can add here search, add options to add menus. That's the secondary part. Okay. Bye.